Coach.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Just really thankful here going into Thanksgiving week for our seniors. It starts with, those that get in the building in the Walter Athletic Center before we get there. It's our video staff, it's our equipment staff, it's our athletic training staff, students that, really sacrifice the normal college experience to be a part of our football program. And just really thankful for all that they do, the effort. They're a big, major part and a big part of what we do and a major part of our family. And we've had some great ones. It's funny, over the years, I still get text messages wishing me good luck from some of our equipment managers. So, that relationship is really important to me, and I'm really thankful for that incredible group. I've mentioned them already by name on Monday, so I won't be redundant, but really thankful for them. And then same thing with our cheer and our Northwestern University marching band. I'm getting ready to leave late at night, and the band's in Ryan Fieldhouse practicing, the cheer squad doing the same thing. They go to training camp, and same thing, the sacrifice of normal college experience to be a part of the football program. Just really thankful for them, and they obviously had their last game at Ryan Field also, and so, I want to say thank you and thank you to their parents and their loved ones. Same thing for our 20 guys. Obviously it's been a tough year, without a doubt, and very similar in the game today. We were able to see some momentum there in the second half, but we needed a big stop and couldn't get off the field. So, credit Minnesota. They're having a magical year. We know what that feels like. We did that last year. They've had a lot of bounces go their way, and they've created those bounces. And that credit goes to Coach Fleck, his staff, and their players. And so I want to congratulate them on a great season and a great game today. But we had plenty of opportunities in the game, and just really didn't capitalize on a bunch of them. So with that, I'll answer any questions you have.
Just ask now. Okay. Coach, first three drives each way, they scored 3 touchdowns. You guys went 3 and out twice and only got 1 first down the other time. How much do you think that kind of defined the game, even though you guys got better from there in both regards?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, we wanted to start fast. We talked about that all week. We knew that I think they're now 18-1 in Coach Fleck's era when they've been winning after the first quarter. So that was not the plan by any stretch of the imagination. It looked like there were a couple things that we had opportunities to make offensively, and we didn't. We had some one-man breakdowns. And then defensively, we got to get off the field on third down. And we had opportunities to do that, and we didn't do it. So I thought the guys were ready to play. I just thought that they executed cleaner than we did. They didn't do anything today that we didn't expect to see.
And then you talk about one-man breakdowns offensively. Is that those sacks, the 3 sacks that Hunter took in his first 5 dropbacks, was that one-man breakdowns?
I got to watch the tape. Okay. Yeah, I got to watch the tape. Do we have any after that? That's positive. In a day of positivity, it's positive.
Why did Hunter get the start, and how do you think he played?
Hunter got the start because he was the most healthy quarterback we had to start the game that had experience. Aiden was ruled out before the game and hadn't taken a lot of reps all week. We did not anticipate that to start the week, but that's the way things unfold. But Hunter and Andrew took a majority of the reps in practice this week, and Hunter went down. Then it was Andrew's opportunity. So proud of Andrew stepping up and getting his first real experience. And I think there's some really good and some areas that he'll hopefully learn from and grow and get better.
And then in Marty's first real college experience, how was he able to be so successful?
Again, I haven't watched the tape, and I'm looking at the stats here really quick. He's pretty efficient, 8 for 10. I'm just happy for him. He's worked really hard, and he's a great young man and a young player in our program, just like a lot of guys that are playing right now. So my hope is that he gains confidence through the experience, and it's great fuel and motivation for him as he moves forward in his career.
The Minnesota receivers were obviously a problem all day. Was there a look from them that you didn't anticipate, or was it just
No,
they're really good players?
It's exactly what we thought they were going to do. Yeah, they threw slants and fades. I think were the only route combinations we saw. It's what we practiced all week. Just got beat.
Coach, in the run game, it seemed like down the stretch they started to break off more chunks in that run game. Do you think part of that boils down to you guys being a little bit thinner up front that defensive line than you were earlier in the year?
Yeah, I mean, again, I can't speak to why without watching the tape. But yeah, there's some young combinations out there. I mean, but we look like we fit some gaps in correctly from what we were talking about in the headphones.
And then the injury to Aiden, was that something that happened during practice?
No. He came out of the game a little dinged up, but we didn't think it would be something that would be limited.
And then you learned, okay, over the course of the next week, you learned that it was going to limit him.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
So he came out of the game with the injury, and then you didn't learn until the next week of practice that it was going to limit him as much as it did.
I'm not quite sure why it matters.
Well, I'm just wondering.
I'm just asking why. He got banged up at the game, and we thought he was going to play, and then the medical team tells us he can't play. It's kind of simple. I'm just a little confused.
Talked about this on Monday, but Joe Gaziano gets the sack record. Just can you talk about what that means for him in his career, especially on senior day?
Yeah, I'll say it for the 5th time. I thought he had it last week. Right, Paul? Yeah, I think he had it last week. I mean, I don't know. We're not allowed. They've changed the rules by how you do defensive stats. I had 299 tackles in my career. I know that because I had more than 299, and I only got credit for 299. So I'm 20 plus years removed from being pretty salty about it. And so I would have been so irate if whoever is our official scorer would have had Joe be half a sack behind the record. But we're not allowed to do that as coaches anymore because supposedly we inflated defensive stats. So I don't know. I'm just trying to roast Paul here. I'm trying to have some fun.
Coach, your first 2 touchdowns of the game, you had a chance to cut it to 11 if you went for 2. Was there any consideration to going for 2 on either touchdown?
No, not at the times that those things happen based on our charts and our analytics. No. 11's kind of a weird number. Still got to Downset Hut, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure. You guys, we're going back to analytics. That's like 2 months ago.
Coach, Minnesota looks like they might be on their way to the Big Ten championship game. Do you think this game was sort of a symbolic passing of the torch between Big Ten West champion, reigning Big Ten West champion to potential Big Ten West champion?
No, I think they've earned it. I think you got to earn it every year, and to their credit, they've earned it to this point. They've got a pretty big game next week, so we'll see how that plays out. But they've had a wonderful year, and I'm really happy for them. You get it by the way that you work, and they've obviously worked hard. Their quarterback has been incredibly efficient. They haven't turned the ball over. I haven't seen a lot of different combination groups in their skill guys on offense. They've played pretty much with the same guys the whole year, and it shows. They've got great timing, great rhythm. They've been able to roll 3 backs through. They've had some guys banged up front. But they've plugged in. Coach Callahan's done a really good job with their offensive line. And same thing when you pop on their defensive tape. They've stayed, relatively healthy, and they've executed really well. And they've created some turnovers and opportune times. And they won close games. There were a lot of close games that they won. You think about the Penn State. You go back to, I think it was the first 3 games. So a lot of similarities to what we've done over my time here. That we've won a turnover battle, won close games, and played physical football. And they've done a nice job with it. So I'm really happy for them and congratulate them.
Do you feel like there was a gap in the depth at all between the offenses? It seems like a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of underclassmen starting for Northwestern, and then Minnesota seems like they've had a really consistent group of offensive starters.
Yeah, no, it is what it is. If you got out there on the field, it's the next man up. You got to step up. So, we've got a 2 deep standing on the sideline next to me in street clothes, but that's the next group's opportunity, and that's why we'll be back because we're going to get those guys back. I mean, we get a lot healthier here Saturday at this time next week. You can see as many guys we've had surgery maybe in my time. That's not an excuse. We got to coach better. We got to play better.
Anything else for Coach?
All right. Thanks a lot. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Go Cats.